Hello and welcome to JL Season 18A Round 5, the Season 18A finale here in Gwangju. If I remember correctly, Guzzi said you got to really emphasize the G's, the hard G's in that Gwangju. I don't know if I'm doing it right. Anyways, we're here for the South Korean J-Prix. We've got 12 drivers. That's not a lot. We've got 12 drivers here for the 3 laps of qualifying. Who will start on pole position? It was MW and AL who won the AL race. Got a 31.4 in quality. Not too bad, not too great, but pretty solid. And we'll see if anyone can beat that time. On the first lap, yes, MW himself with a 31.40 beat that qualifying time. Nobody else coming close to second or third in the AL quali just yet, but we've got 2 laps left ahead of us. Let's see what people are saying in the voice chat. Okay, Figo's saying 31 flat, Nandy's saying 31.22, and the second lap is over, and Alexis improves up to the front row. We've got an AL provisional 1-2 at the moment. Really, AL top 4 lockout actually. Majumdar and BK were also in AL, so they're really showing the JL mainstayers what's what currently in the qualifying. But let's see, will we see any big improvements in the final lap of qualifying? Will anyone be able to beat MW's 31.40? Maybe himself. Maybe he'll be able to do it. It's a .45 from Lexus, and it's a .57 from Axis. It's a top 5 AL lockout. What's even the point? Is JL just AL with teams? I think it is. Elbishone, the championship leader, starting in 6th position, and then we got Mason in 8th, and Sunday Driver in 10th, and Gail Pratt in 12th. Those are the only ones I did not see in the AL race. But it is MW, Lexus on the front row, Axis right behind them. Those were also the podium sitters for the AL race. We got Majumdar, who unfortunately did not have the greatest of AL starts, looking to get a much better JL race. And we got BK in 5th, also looking to improve on his AL race as well. So 25 laps ahead of us. Let's get right to it. Here we go. What strategies, what might we see here for this dry race? We got a lot of people starting in the hards. We got Lexus Majumdar starting on the softs, Ricky, Mason and Kronk starting on the mediums. 25 laps ahead of us. BK gets forced out into the grass. We've got 3 wide there on turn 3. Everyone manages to somehow survive. Mr. Kronk deep on the inside of turn 5. MW holding down the race lead. Lexus behind Majumdar has made it up into 3rd. Elbishone trying to go down the inside, doesn't manage it, hits the grass on turn 9. Ricky Boy up into 4th. We've got Mason up into 6th. Then we got Axis, he's down into 7th. Mason deep into the hairpin. I think Bishone was in front of him, went deep himself. Axis down the inside of Ricky Boy on turn 1. Ricky Boy forced out wide by Majumdar. It's a massive fight here for P3. Axis forced out wide. Bishone hit the inside grass. MW running away with it. Lexus running away right behind him in 2nd. Majumdar holding down this absolute death pack, this beast pack right behind him. Look at the amount of people we got there. Ricky Boy, Mr. Krunk fighting for 7th at the current moment. Platata is up in 6th. Oh, big mistake on the hairpin. Ricky Boy gets past him. Mr. Krunk hits the back of him. MW and Lexus, they're fighting for the race lead, and this might make Majumdar and Elbishone able to catch back up to him. And if my livery knowledge is not incorrect, oh, MW, massive teleports there, and we'll have to keep that in mind. That was a big teleport. Slowed down Majumdar and Bishone, I think they're a bit. And he's still out on the race lead right now. But Lex is looking down the outside of the hairpin. Can he make it? MW leaves in the space. But Lexus, does he have the extra momentum? No, he doesn't. They're side by side for turn 1. Lexus got the inside, got the outside, and turn 2 backs out. Majumdar fighting with Bishone for 3rd position. BK has caught up to them. Ricky Boy is catching up to them. And this fight just continues on. I think Majumdar wants Bishone to slipstream here. Majumdar's on those soft tires. They're still not quite worn out. Bishone's on the hards. It makes sense that Majumdar would want that slipstream. Lexus currently in a race lead. He also has that soft over hards advantage on MW. But they're still going side by side into a lot of these laps. Lexus keeping up that race lead. Majumdar trying to catch up. BK fight him. El Bishone down the inside. Majumdar goes wide of his own volition, I believe, on turn 5. Bishone takes 3rd place. MW takes back the race lead over Lexus. And it's still side by side between them. Side by side into the hairpin. MW with a switchback. And a Jumdar forced wide by Bishone there. MW is into the race lead. Bishone out into 3rd. I don't think anyone behind him has the slipstream. Ricky Boy holding down 4th. Majumdar looking for a move. And Ricky Boy goes deep on turn 3. Majumdar up into 4th, BK up into 5th, Mason has caught back up, Patatais and Axis not too far behind, and we got Mr. Crunk and Sunday Driver fighting for position. Not sure what happened there, only caught the tail end of that. MW and Lexeter still fighting for the race lead. What a fight between the two drivers. Lexus now into the race lead. But MW down the inside of turn 2 hits the grass, but Lexus has got the momentum. El Bishone just looking to try and chase them down. Majumdar same has also separated from the pack behind them, and MW and Lexus, both of them, looking to try and retain that race lead. Jesus Christ. El Bishone now in the slipstream as MW retakes the race lead. Lexus once again utilising that slipstream, going down the inside on turn 1. MW gets the inside on turn 2, heads the grass. El Bishone's past Lexus, heads the back of MW. And now El Bishone will be looking to make the move on MW. Majumdar looking to chase down them. I think Lexus went wide on turn 5. I think Majumdar did as well. BK not too far behind. Mason is up into 6th position. Ricky Boy down into 7th. Patatais. Oh, MW makes a mistake. Heads the grass on that back straight. El Bishone into the race lead, but MW will be trying to make a move down the inside. Lexus into the pits, Majumdar into the pits, both of them going wide on the pit entry. MW and El Bishone, they're still fighting for the race lead here. I think El Bishone actually is cooling it down a bit. He looks to try and stay behind for now. Yeah, he does back out there as well in the turn 5 exit against MW. I think it's calmed down a bit here. They're looking to slipstream a bit more. No, El Bishone down the inside has a better exit on turn 9, looking to make the move on the hairpin. Oh, MW with another successful switchback here, and he's just luring those drivers in to that inside line on the hairpin. And El Bishone down the inside of turn 3, looking to retake. Oh, does force MW on the inside grass on turn 5, and that is a big moment in this race. El Bishone looking to try and escape. Of course, he probably didn't expect MW to retain that inside line. Of course, the trailers gotta be aware of that, but it's not a premeditated move by any means. BK currently up in 3rd and Mason in 4th. Matimar, as he says in the chat, holy shit, RSR podium. As it stands, that is the case, of course. However, Lexus and Majumdar have both pitted for fresh tires, so they might be able to catch back up. Lexus now getting past Ricky Boy there on his fresh soft tire compound. Figo asking, why is MW only 1-2 when he's pulled all races? Is that a race pace thing or just unfortunate? If I remember correctly, Albano was the better driver last JL race. Other than that, I've not commentated any of them, so I've not watched any of them. Matimar believes in BK. Lil One says Lexus are multiple legends, so I assume Lexus is multiple people. Gets let pass by Axis now into 4th position. Just all those drivers on the worn out hards letting him pass, and also a lot of drivers have pitted now, also promoting him back up the positions. And now El Bishone's into the pits, MW's into the pits, BK's into the pits. That means Lexus takes the lead of the race after that undercut. Going a bit slowly there on the turn 2 exit. I'm not sure if he's trying to get Bishoni into the slipstream. They are teammates, so that could be likely. I think that is what they're planning to do here. They're trying to maximize the points here in the final race. And if we bring up the little constructor standing, a little graphic I've got up here, they've got a pretty solid lead over Kenzer in second. I think Kenzer S25M is what they're referred to as nowadays, because of that partnership with Majumdar. And it's 41 points ahead they are, but they're still looking to maximize the points here in this final JL race, probably looking to get the most points this JL round in order to, I believe, probably be the first JL team to get the most points in every single round, and they are doing a fine job of it. Lexus has lost Bishoni now as those softs have worn out, and MW is slowly chasing him down. I assume Lexus will be trying to slow him down a bit. If we look at the drivers, we got El Bishoni currently 6 points ahead of MW. So who wins this race will be very important. I think pole gives you an extra point, so I think if MW wins this race and Bishoni finishes in second, it will be a tiebreak which MW should win. So there's a very big important fight. Lexus now into the pits. Sorry, yeah, I've been putting up the standings graphics for too long, but he's into the pits for medium tires. I think those will last him until the end. Majumdar does the exact same strategy here, out into mediums 10 laps before the end. El Bishoni out in the lead by 2 seconds. It's MW behind them, and it's Mason actually up in third fighting against BK for that position. So great comeback from Mason. He was down in the midfield at the start of the race, but currently he is fighting for third, but he does have BK to worry about. He does have access to worry about. BK has to brake a lot. I think he might have also gone deep into grass on that hairpin, and Mason retains third position, but that does allow access to catch back up. MW is chasing down Bishoni, only 200 faster last lap. Fastest lap of the race currently 31.70 by Lexus. We saw 31.4 from MW in the AL race, but that was on soft tires, so we'll have to see if that can be beaten in this JL race. A lot of drivers opting for the hard tires instead. We do have Sunday driver on the soft tires, fighting with Pazatias for 9th. I don't think he's got the clean air to try and beat the 31.70. Bishoni still holding on to that race lead. Let's see, let's compare the lap times. He has lost 3 TEDs last lap, that's not too bad. BK currently leading out in P3, but Axis Mason not too far behind now. Lexus has caught up to the back of them on those fresh mediums, and Majumdar is also catching up, only a second behind Lexus. Then we got Ricky Boy in 8th on the hards, then Patatias, and then Mr. Crunk as Sunday driver pits. Again, coming out into 11th. Then we've got Gail Prad in 12th for Archon, or Archon. Yeah, Archon does make more sense. Yeah, Archon, Solaris, those two teams, a very big question mark over them at the end of the season. Solaris might be likely to stay around, Archon less likely, so both of them will definitely still be endangered by this time, end of next season anyways. So it's looking like a very questionable future for them. But meanwhile, we've got a JL race fight, and we've also got a JL constructors fight. Well, it is a 41 point gap, but Kenzer S25M, they are still really fighting Carpathian's Peak. I'd say it's a very oh my god, BK makes a mistake, Lex is back of him, Mason back of him. I'd say it's a pretty even fight in this race. It's looked like an even fight with Majumdar focusing on Lexus and MW focusing on Bishoni. I think MW made some mistakes that lap actually, because Bishoni has gained quite a bit of a lead. Let's compare lap times. 32.13, 33.63. That's 1.5 seconds. MW has lost that lap. The tire wear rearing its ugly head for MW. Axis currently up in P3. after, of course, that BK mistake. Lexus has managed to get past him, though he's got those better medium tires. Majumdar right behind BK, looking to do the exact same, looking to utilize those medium tires. Oh, I think his trailer did ram BK, but he's trying his best in turn 9. Oh my god, Mason forced out wide originally on turn 8 by Majumdar, and then just doesn't break into that turn 9, forces Majumdar even wider off, even deeper into the grass in return. That was not the best side-by-side driving I've seen, and it's really allowing BK to get away in 5th position. Axis now overtaken by Lexus for 3rd place, and it's looking like a double podium here for Carpathian's Peak, like it's nearly secure. Doesn't seem like the 1-2 is possible. MW just way too far ahead of Lexus, but he has also lost quite a fair bit of time to Elbishone. That lap 22 only gained 3/10 on him this lap. I don't think it's anywhere close to possible for him to catch Bishone on same level of tires, considering those performances. Bishone is looking to get that JL Championship just barely ahead of MW. I believe it will be about 10 or 11 points ahead. So we've had a pretty close title fight. Of course, Albono could have also been involved, but unfortunately he's had to miss this finale. And he might also face a JL ban similar to these two drivers. It's not decided yet. Anything else? Axis still holding on to about under a second behind Lexus. Lexus makes a mistake that invites Axis back into the slip. Oh, that's the final lap. Shit. Bishone wins. MW in 2nd. Lexus holds on to P3. Axis in P4. It's BK in P5. Majumdar in P6. Mason in P7. P8 for Ricky Boy. Sunday driver ahead of Patatais, looks to be taking P9. El Bishone, your JL champion this season. Season 18A, El Bishone has done it. He had a formidable opponent in the form of MW, in the form of Mitchell. But in the end, he had that 6 points gap ahead of this race. He beat MW this race. He is more than certain of that title. MW tried his best at the very end. Unfortunately, that lap 22 more than decided about the conclusion of the race. Lexus has also kept that fastest lap, so I believe Carpathian's Peak easily got the most amount of points in all 5 rounds this season. So great constructors run from them. Axis P4, BK, Majumdar, Mason, Ricky for Solaris in that goodbye livery for both CSKN and also Phantomy, who served as team principal, and Gale Prad 12 for Archon. Also a very difficult season for them in terms of activity and attendance. So that was JL Season 18A. We'll see you in 2 weeks' time for Season 18B at Mar del Plata. So we'll see you then.